Yesterday we saw introduction of JS. Today I will upload both the videos together. So let us have a look at how to write JS today. Just like CS, we saw that there are different ways of writing CSS, isn't it? We saw different forms of writing the CSS. Keep on repeating, keep on studying. Okay. Do not disconnect with the subject, students. You have to read, even though you are at home. The notes are provided to you, your assignments are provided to you, you have to read, because programming subject you have to read at least. If it is not possible to practice, you have to read and write the programs. Okay, yeah, we do not need computer to practice all the time. You can read it and write it and practice, students. Okay, and if any queries are there, I'm always here to help you. Okay, so make sure you are not forgetting the concepts that we have already covered. Those are very, very important. You have to study for the HTML tags, study for the CSS, different forms of CSS. What are the 3 different types of CSS? Okay, so let us see now the general JavaScript syntactic characteristics. How exactly we write the JavaScript? Okay, so yesterday I told you that the script tag plays very, very important role when we want to include the JavaScript in our HTML code. So there are different ways of writing the JavaScript. Okay, so we can write it in the HTML file. We can write it externally and import it into our HTML file. Okay, we can write it within the header tag. We can also write that within the body tag. So let us have a glance at that today. So before going to that, let us see the more important thing for today is what, students? The script tag has 2 important attributes. Okay, so as I told you, when you want to write JS, what is needed there? We compulsorily want to include which tag, students? Script tag. Okay, so inside script tag, you see that how it is written. We write script, okay, followed by its attributes. Script is a tag. Okay, you have to compulsory follow what? The way of writing. Okay, how it is written? It is written in the small case letters, because as I told you, it is one type of scripting language, and scripting language wherein it is case sensitive. You have to follow the case sensitivity here. Okay, wherever you find uppercase is compulsory, you have to write uppercase. Wherever you find the lowercase has to be followed, you have to strictly go with the lowercase letters. By default, you have to go with the lowercase letters only. Okay, now see. So we will see how to include this script tag within the other tag, but initially you are going to write the correct syntax for the script tag. Okay, we are going to write script, and herein you can see that the language is what? Attribute. Okay, so language is an attribute of which tag? Script tag. So how you are going to pass the parameters for this language is equal to double quote. Double quote is compulsory, students, and you have to write what? JavaScript. Okay, so this is in the Word file, so it is showing line. It will not show any line when you write it in the notepad. Okay, so script language is equals to double quote. You have to take a JavaScript. So what is JavaScript, students? Here JavaScript is the language for which we are going to write the script. So what is the type that you are going to use? I'm going to use the text, or you can write JavaScript. So these 2 are the compulsory values which you have to pass in the script tag. Just like we write XHTML tag, just like we write XHTML header. Okay, there is a format for every tag, and these are the compulsory attributes which you have to write. So when you write it in any like head tag or body tag anywhere, this is the compulsory line which you have to include when you are writing the JS code. Okay, and this appears inside the Java code. This is the text which will be displayed into the browser when you run the script. So this is the general syntax of writing what? The JavaScript. Okay, so when they will ask you explain Java script syntax or characteristics, you can just start over from here, right? So this is the first code which we will see today, how to write a first JavaScript. Okay, so I am taking an HTML tag here. No need to write XHTML here, guys. We directly need to start with the HTML tag. Okay, so after HTML, I am writing a body tag. So as I told you, there are different ways of writing the script. You can write the script within the header tag also. You can write the script within the body tag also. There will be no error. Okay, depending upon the requirements of the web page, you can just shuffle writing it into the head tag, or you can also write it into where, students? Into the body tag. So this is one example where I'm writing the script inside the body tag. Okay, so just see that. script language is equals to JavaScript, type is equals to text and JavaScript. Then I'm completing the script beginning tag, not the closing tag. The attributes are included within this tag. Then when I want to display something on the screen, how do you write it in the C program? Using printf statements, right? Print statements. Similarly, when I want to display something on the screen using JavaScript, there are different output statements. So document.write is one of the output statement which is used to display the data into the browser. Okay. So document.write is one of the, not the only one. It is one of the. So we have different types of what output statements. Okay, students, there are different types of what document statements which we are going to use when we want to display it onto the screen. So document.write you can use, or document.write-ln also you can use. Make a note the syntax. So document.write, it is the proper syntax written in the lowercase, open and round bracket followed by the double quote, and what you want to display inside that, just cover that inside the double quote. Okay, and there should be one semicolon here. Fine. So this is the correct format of writing the output statement. We cannot write like the simple text. Okay, you can also write simple text, but the exact form is document.write. Then close the script tag. Okay, whatever you want to get it into the script, just write it and close it. Okay, after that complete your body tag and complete with your HTML tag. Fine, students. Now I will show you the demo of this code. How does this code will run? Very simple, students. You don't need to do anything. Just what you have to do, you have to create a file. Okay, simple file in the notepad. Open the notepad, create a simple file, notepad file, and then you have to save it as any name. I have given demo1, so you can give any name, students. I have given demo1.html. So at present, all the JS files you need to save here with .html only. Okay, you have to save that with also .html. No need to save with .js and all. When you need to use that .js, I will tell you. Okay. So at present, what we need is I have created a file and saved it as a demo1.html, students. Okay. All right. Now what I did, I just copied the same code here, which I just showed you. So, and then the time for execution of this code. So once when you execute this code, I'll show you the execution. Let me open the folder. I have created a new folder into WP division A saying JavaScript. Okay, to avoid the confusions with other files, I have created one more folder, and in that I have saved it as a demo1.html. See, the file appears with the browser icon by default. Okay, because I'm using Chrome to run the files, all the files will by default show the icon of Google Chrome. Okay, see, at the corner you will see the output, right? So what I have taken inside, okay, hope it is visible. It is visible at the left corner, students. You can see here, it is visible at the left corner. Okay, that is hello world. See at this corner. Okay, so this is how the output is expected, right? So this is a simple code which you can write when it is asked in examination for you to ask about what, students, when they ask you about, just tell about the syntax. Default syntax of writing the JS. Okay, fine. Now let me go to the next part. See, so this is the output. Now let us see what are the basic characteristics of the JS or the JavaScript. So first characteristics, white space and line breaks. So you know white space, right? White space means what? It includes everything like tabs, new line, giving a tab, or going to the next line. Okay, all these comes under what? White spaces and line breaks. Okay. So JavaSpace ignores spaces, tabs, and new lines that appears in the JavaScript programs. You can use space, tabs, and new lines freely in your program. You can use, right? It is permitted to allow what? /t. Okay, or you can also use break, ampersand NBSP when it comes to space. We have seen that in HTML we use what, students? Ampersand NBSP. What is that NBSP? Non-breakable space pointer, which is equivalent to one tab. Okay, which is equivalent to 8 spaces, that is one tab. So it is permitted. You can use such line breaks in JavaScript. Inside the script, you can use that. Semicolons are optional. Okay, you can use, or sometimes you can also skip. But Okay, see one example here. If I'm writing like this, script language is equals to JS, type is equals to JavaScript, variable 1 is equals to 10, variable 2 is equals to 20. I'm taking two variables here. See, the syntax and semantics of JavaScript is just like your C programming. So we don't need to learn to C programming again. Okay, we don't need to learn that again. So basic syntax of C can be understood over here, right? So var1 is equals to 10, var2 is equals to 20. Here I'm taking two variables and I'm storing the values into these respective variables. Okay. So what happens here is when you are taking these values on the different lines, students, there's no need to give the semicolon. When an individual line is there, there is no need to give the semicolon. But when you follow this format, just see this. So when I follow this respective format, where you can see var1 is equals to 10, okay, and var2 is equals to 20. Both are written on the single line. So when both are written on the single line, at that time you have to separate that with the help of the semicolon. Understood? Okay. So you can use the semicolon as well as you can skip the semicolon. You will get to know that with the practice. So one thing you need to remember, when only one line value is there on the one line, no need to give the semicolon. If you want to type the code continuously, you have to separate that with the semicolon. So the third characteristics of JS is case sensitivity, students. So what happens in the case sensitivity? Whatever variable names, whatever function names, whatever data types you're going to take, okay, whatever keywords, whatever reserve words you're going to use, those all are case sensitive. So if you are giving a variable name, saying var1, if you are giving a variable like this, and in the code you are using what, capital V, it doesn't make any sense because it is against the format, against the rules and regulations of your creation of variables. Why? Because during the declaration, what kind of data or what kind of cases you are using, whether in the uppercase or in the small case, same you have to use in the entire code. You cannot change their format. One thing, right? Yeah. And basically variable names can be capital, can be small, it can be alphanumeric. They are the variables, right? But keywords or reserve words you have to take in the small case itself as in defined by the language structure. Okay. So suppose the syntax and semantics, you know, like if statement, you have to write it in the small only. You cannot write it in the capital, right? So do while statement should end with what? Semicolon, right? You should not skip the semicolon. So all the basic syntax of C program only you're going to follow here. All right. So during using keywords, you have to use the whatever cases of keywords, whether they are in capital or in a small. While the creation of a variables, you know, right? You can use an alphanumeric, not only numeric. You can use alphanumeric, alpha, as well as underscore also you can use, right? Or small and uppercase letters are permitted when we are going to create the variables. Fine. Okay. So next comes the comments in the JavaScript, students. Okay. So some of these comments, you know, like we have learned in the C program also, right? Just below we'll see that. So JavaScript supports both C style and C++ style comments. Now you may ask me that, ma'am, we don't know C++, isn't it? So right now let us forget about C++. Let us talk about only C style, right? So when we are including comments, suppose this is my line and I want to include a comment here. So how will I do that? Basically, I use a double slash, isn't it? To add a comment to that single line. Yeah, it's a format which is used in your C programming. Suppose if I want a front slash and a star and I want to end up my comment over here, that's also valid, students. So what it is going to do here, it's a multi-line comment, right? So this is a multi-line comment where you can add a comment or disable the line or you can disable the multiple lines. Am I right? Okay. So this slash and star is a multi-line comment. Okay. So in this way, you can use the different comments, right? You can use the different styles in C JS also. Okay. Yeah. See, any text between a double slash and at the end of the line, it is treated as a comment and is ignored by the JS. So what it means when you give this comment, when you give a double slash comment, that line is ignored for the interpretation, right? And that line is ignored by your JavaScript compiler. And what is going to happen? It will not consider that line. Okay, so any text between these lines, that is a slash star and star slash, that is also considered as a comment for a multiple line. Now, as we are going to use this JS code within the HTML code, students, it should also consider the HTML comments, isn't it? Because we are going to write this JS inside the HTML also. it has to also consider the HTML comments. So how does it happen? See, so JavaScript also recognizes the HTML comment opening sequence. So what is opening sequence? We know, right? So what is the style of our HTML, this one comment, students? See, so style of our HTML comment is somewhat like this. We take an angle bracket, we give an exclamation, and we give a hyphen, 2 hyphens, followed by the text. We give 2 hyphens, okay, and then this is the ending. So this is our HTML comment, students, right? So this is our HTML comments. Am I right? So when you want to use this type of comment in JS, what you're doing, you're just adding one more extra thing, that is you're adding a double slash here. Okay, you're going to add a double slash and that will become a JS comment. All right. So comments may be asked, right, like a short note on the JavaScript comments. At that time, you make a note of this. This is very important, right? So 4 to 5. Basically, we use 3 to 4 types of comments in JS. Single line comment, multi-line comment. HTML comment is not used. We have to add one more double slash to make it to convert into the JS comment, right? So this is an example which you can write when they will ask you to explain about the JavaScript comments, right? So very simple, students, just start with the JS script tag. Okay, see, this is a comment, first comment. So from here you can see, just I will take a marker to show you. See, so from here it is going to begin, right? So this is a JavaScript comment and here you are going to end that. So how you are going to end that? This is followed by double slash, not simply an HTML comment. It is followed by double slash. Clear? Now see, it is a single line comment. Double slash will be a single line comment which will be applicable for the single line. Now this is a multi-line comment, students. Okay, this is a multi-line comment. You can add stars also, or you can single line comment as well as you can use what? Multi-line comments, right? So this is about comment, students. Let me go to the next section now. Okay, so we are still following what, students? We are still seeing the JS characteristics. We are learning the JavaScript characteristics. Now, so we are done with the JavaScript characteristics. You can follow that for the syntax and the explanation of characteristics. In the next section that I am going to explain you what are the different ways you are going to write. Okay, what are the different ways or the placements of JavaScript in the HTML file? This may be an expected question, students. Okay, from your JavaScript, it may come for 5 marks. They will ask you definitely what are the different ways of writing in JavaScript or what are the different ways of placement of JavaScript into HTML file and explain with the example. So very simple, students, and it is easy for you because you have already learned the HTML and CSS. Learning JS is not a headache for you. It will become easy, right? See, so these are the 4 different ways when we want to place a JS file into the HTML file. Okay, so let us see one by one. So first thing is that you can place the JS in the head tag. Okay, you can write the JS file into the head tag. It is permitted to write the JS into the head file. Second thing, you can write the JavaScript into the body section itself. Okay, in the body section also, you can write the JavaScript files. Third, you can include one script in header tag and you can include another script in the body tag. That is also permitted. It means it's a hybrid combination where you can include the JavaScript code in the header tag also, as well as you can include the JavaScript into the body tag also. Okay. What is the next option, which is very, very important option, and it is preferred when we are designing the dynamic web pages, right? Just like external CSS, we also have an external JS where you create a file somewhere, you import that file into your main HTML code. So what is the advantage of this kind of working? Whatever changes you are making into that external file, it will get applied to all the file where you are importing this file. Okay, students. So let us see one by one. So directly I will go to the code. Already I have done the code for you. So let us go with that. Okay, see. So the first format, that is the writing the JS, okay, inside what? The body as well as the head. So first format I'm taking here is writing the JS, okay, inside the head tag, students. Okay, so I will enlarge that for you. So hope it is visible for your mobile screens. Okay, so please adjust with the view. Just enlarge it if you want. Just zoom it on your cell phone. Okay, see HTML and head. So what I'm doing, I'm first writing an HTML and then I am just including that script in the header tag. This is the first way of writing the JavaScript. How do you write that? Including that within the header tag. This is the first form of writing the JavaScript, where what I'm doing, I'm including my JavaScript file inside the header tag. Okay. So what I do inside the header tag, students, I take script, then I type is equals to text slash JavaScript. Okay. So here you can see that the language is not written. Okay. You can use language or type both attributes, or you can use one attribute, not an issues. Okay. But make sure while execution, if it is showing error, we have to write both the attributes. So right now there is no error, students. Okay. See, script type is equals to text slash JavaScript, right? Now, so this is one way of writing a JS where I'm creating one function. Okay. Already we know what are functions. Functions are the subroutines. They are the routines which are called, okay, to execute the given task, and you have to invoke the function, right? So when you invoke the function, invoke means what? Calling the function. When you call the function will get executed. So why I'm writing this function now? Suppose I click on a button, what should happen? Suppose when I click on a button, what should happen next? Okay. So see, function say hello. So the name of my function is say, H is capital. You can write all in small case if you'll get confused. So variable name, it can be a combination of upper and lower case, underscore. Okay. So no issues regarding that. So this is my name of a function followed by empty parenthesis. Okay. Then this is my opening bracket, and I'm writing one method. Okay. I'm writing something which is called as a alert. So alert is nothing but what? Just like a pop-up message box. Okay. Alert means what? Just like a pop-up message box. So you get pop-ups, right? In your mobiles, or when you're working, save the file, exit the file, we are getting some pop-ups. So alert is giving us a pop-up, and only one text is displayed in that. So what is that? Hello world. So by default, I'm going to display a text called as hello world. So guys, you can give a semicolon, or you can also skip the semicolon, no issues. So alert is equals to, that is alert, and in bracket you have to pass compulsorily. Okay. Followed by double quotes. What text you want to display in that message box, what you are going to do, alert. It is just like a message box, students. Okay. And I'm going to close this angle brackets. That is your flower brackets. Okay. Then close the script tag, close the head tag, students. Okay. So after closing the head tag, what I'm doing, I'm opening the body tag, right? Yeah. And I'm creating one button, that is input type is equals to button. One simple button I am creating, which I can click. Okay. One simple button I am creating, which I can click. So input type. So what is my input type here? My input element is button here. I'm going to take a button here, right? Now, what is the value of my button? Value means what? What text you are going to display in that button. What text you are going to display on that button, that is say hello. Okay. Yes, say hello. So we have input type is equals to button, value is equals to say hello. We have also seen one more attribute, students, isn't it? That is ID. ID will indicate the particular name of a button. ID will be just like your roll number. Okay. Value will be just like your name. So you can take ID is equals to btn1. Okay. Yes. So it should be in the what? Double quotes. Okay. btn1. Compulsory. The values have to be passed within the double quote only. Okay. So ID you can take or you can skip, because why you are using ID? If you are using that button in the other program. So we are not using that button in the other program. So I am not taking the ID now. If I'm using 10 buttons in other program, I'm using this file in my other program. At that time, what I will do, students, I will prefer the word ID. So right now I am not taking anything like that. So what I will do, I will just skip that ID, and the value will be the message that is displayed inside that button. Okay. Now, one new thing you are noticing on the screen. What is that? On click is equals to say hello. So what is on click, students? On click, it is one event of button. So if I have a button, what I can do with that button, I can click that button, isn't it? I can single click that button, I can double click that button, I can take my mouse on that button, I can take my mouse away from that button. What are these? These all are called as events. Events of button. What event is going to do? Event is going to perform or trigger some action. So when I click that button, what it will do? It will call the function whose name is say hello. That is why What is the main task of that event? Event is going to trigger the function. Event is going to call the function, isn't it? How will you call that function? I will call that function when I click on that button. So on click is equals to say hello. Okay. So when I call this function say hello, what it will do? The HTML file will search for this function name, because the format you see, it is an empty parenthesis, means it is a function. We are not using any semicolon during calling the function, just the name of the function. Okay. So when I pass this function name, what it will do? It will check its entire HTML code, and then it will go to this. It will jump to the function say hello. And then it will go inside the code of that function and it will execute that code onto the browser. Is it clear? Let us see how it does into the browser now. What is the name of our file? Name of our file is JS1. Okay, name of my file is JS1. Students, see here how you are taking that name of file. See here. So here you will see all my files. Okay, here on this menu bar, you can see all my files. So demo.html, js.html, right? So all files are displayed here. You can see there above, right? Okay. Now my file name is js1.html. Okay, so let us run it and see what is the expected output. Okay, so file name is js. Okay, 1.html. See, so this is the expected screen. Let's look at here. So this is the expected screen, right? So here you can see that it is displaying a message that say hello. Okay. So say hello, it is the value which you have entered into a button. This is one of the button, right? How this say hello is appearing? Say hello is appearing because of what you are going to take, what value you are going to take into that button. So value you have given say hello. So it is displaying say hello. If you change value as saying say hi, it will display say hi. So now what is the what code you have written when I click on this button? Okay, when I click on this button, what it is going to do? See, once again you see that when I click on this button, okay, when I click on this button, this box will appear. Okay, what is this box, students? This box is called as an alert box. So see, that alert box is displaying the message. What message you have typed? Hello world. We have typed hello world. So that is going to display, and it has got by default only one button, that is OK button. All right. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah, by default it is having only one button, that is OK button. So this is how you are writing the code within the head tag, right? So this is the first format, students. Okay. So I hope everybody has entered your attendance. Do that before the session ends. The session ends in 6 minutes. So all of you please enter your attendance and be ready with that. Okay, so now let us go to the second format of writing the JavaScript. The second format is within the body tag. Okay, so see here, we have HTML, we have head tag, right? And we are ending the head tag here. So what does it indicate? Here only we are going to end the head tag. Okay, next comes what, students? The body tag. So this is the format of writing what, students? This is the format of writing the code, okay, in body tag. Okay, so we are going to write this code within the body tag. Did you see that? All right. Okay, so students, from here we will see tomorrow, because I think it will be overload for you. So if any queries are there, we can discuss.